Philippe Rahm, born in 1967, studied at the Federal Polytechnic Schools of Lausanne and Zurich. He was associated until 2004 with Jean-Gilles Décosterd in the firm Décosterd and Rahm Associés. Modernity, up until today, has created artificial physical environments, gas lighting, central heating, and air conditioning. The poor quality of artificial lighting and the increase of mechanical ventilation and air conditioning have created new disorders, mood swings, a degree of sadness, and a decrease of the libido. The World Health Organization lists them as building-related illnesses, or sick building syndrome. The symptoms include headaches, allergies, breathing difficulties, fatigue, stress, etc. Computer screens, cell phones, electromagnetic waves generate synthetic climates and the nature of contemporary space. With these concerns comes the fear of being manipulated physiologically, psychologically, genetically. The ND cult is a religious architecture. This glass enclosure reproduces spatially that which is induced in the body at the time of death. When blood stops circulating to the brain, oxygen levels drop, and the brain ceases to function. This process can be compared to an extremely rapid gain in altitude. The lack of oxygen, known as hypoxia, causes very strong physiological reactions. They can take the form of hallucinations or out-of-body experiences. These symptoms of extreme hypoxia that are known to occur at very high altitudes are very similar to those reported by people who have undergone a near-death experience. People at this point report seeing a dark tunnel or a dark space. This is the limit of the human metabolism on the verge of organic death. ND cult is a materially defined spiritual space, in which the oxygen content of the air is reduced to 6%. It provides a space on the borderline of death, where perception and consciousness are modified in a way probably close to that of mystical states. Under these extreme physical conditions, the experience is extremely dangerous. Irreversible brain damage is possible, and the risk of death is real. The Hormonorium is a proposal for the design of a new public space. It is based on the disappearance of the physical boundaries between space and the organism. The aim is to act in advance of form, at a sub-formal level, by modifying the very information that gives rise to form, to behavior, to thought. The Hormonorium is an interior public space that is defined climatically by light, temperature, air quality. The functions remain indeterminate: resting, working out, breathing fresh air, meeting people, flirting, discussing, people watching, collecting one's thoughts, washing, toning up, etc. The Hormonorium can be viewed as a sort of physiological representation of an alpine environment, absorbed through respiration, through the retina and the dermis. The floor is a dazzling, luminous false floor made of plexiglass to allow the passage of UV light. It is made up of 528 fluorescent tubes, which emit a white light that reproduces the solar spectrum with UVA and UVB. Because of its inverted radiation, emitted from the ground, as in the case of snow, the luminous radiation is not blocked by the eyelids, the eyelashes, or the natural tilt of the head. This very bright light of between 5,000 and 10,000 lux stimulates the retina, which transmits information to the pineal gland and decreases melatonin secretion. By lowering the level of this hormone in the body, this environment allows us to experience a decrease in fatigue, a probable increase in sexual desire, and regulation of our moods. Due to the presence of UVA, the Hormonorium will be a tanning environment, while the UVB rays will enable the synthesis of vitamin D. Increasing the level of nitrogen in the Hormonorium reduces the oxygen level from 21% to 14.5%, which is that found at altitudes of about 3,000 meters. This causes slight hypoxia, which manifests itself by confusion, disorientation, or bizarre behavior, but also a slight euphoria. After about 10 minutes, there is a natural increase in certain hormone levels and a strengthening of the cardiovascular and respiratory systems. Decreasing the oxygen level has a stimulating effect on the body's physical capabilities by up to 10%. The Hormonorium will therefore be a climate that stimulates the body physiologically, while simultaneously offering a new model for a decontextualized, degeographized public space. It is a place for well-being and health and improved physical performance. It is an infrafunctionalist architecture, a place whose visibility expands into the upper and lower wavelengths of the light spectrum, into the invisibility of the chemical compositions of the air. It is a space to be breathed, to be dazzled by.